Hey Cheetahs, it's Mrs. S, and today I have a fun little makerspace springtime craft for you today. So there's a few supplies you'll need for this craft. You'll need a glue stick, a pair of scissors, a blank sheet of paper. It could be any color really that you want. Some markers. And then I also took another colored piece of paper and I cut it up into some strips like so. And then I also made sure that I had some yellow pieces of scrap yellow paper on hand. So you'll need possibly some yellow paper, but this is only optional because there's other ways we can do. So let's get to it, shall we? All right. So first things first, we are going to be making what's called 3D flowers. What's awesome with this craft is you could turn it into all sorts of stuff. You could do a greeting card. You can make a picture, have fun with it. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to take and have our blank sheet of paper down that we're going to be gluing onto. So I chose a white piece of paper that I'm going to make my flower onto, and I'm putting it down. And now I'm going to make my flower petals. So how we do the flower petals is we take our strip of paper and then we're going to put some glue with our glue stick just on the bottom. And then we're going to take and we're going to take one end to the other end. We're just going to hold that down for just a couple seconds. And now we have a petal. So you're going to do that a few times. You can make however many petals you want to make. It's totally up to you. And yeah, so I'm going to pause this real fast and we'll come back after we get our petals made. All right, so you got your petals made? All right, let's move to the next step, shall we? All right, so once we've had our petals made, this is where we're going to start gluing our petals down. So now on one side of your petal, you're going to put some glue, and then you're going to put your petal on your paper where you want it. I'm going to glue one petal down. Now I'm going to take my other petal, and I'm going to put some glue, and I'm going to go right next to the one petal I laid down. I'm going to put it on my paper. So you're going to do that all the way around in like a circle form, like so, continuously gluing them around. And then we'll be ready for our next step. So pause the video if you need, and we'll move on to our next step. All right, so we've got all of our petals glued down. So now this is where you can do one of two things. So remember how I said you might have some shorter cut strips? If you wanted, you could make this really elaborate, and you could make some smaller petals and then glue down and around. So if you want to do that, you would do the same thing that we did with our bigger petals, but you might want to cut your strips in half, and then you're going to glue on the inside, and then you're going to take the end, seal them together, and you're going to make a bunch of smaller petals, and then you would lay them inside your bigger petals like so. So if you want to do that, you could pause your video and make your smaller petals, and we'll come right back. All right, so now that you've glued all of your petals on, and as you can see, I chose to do the smaller petals as well. So I have two different sizes here. This is where we're going to take that yellow piece of paper. So if you look, you can see all the messiness of the papers. So if you want to hide that, what you're going to do is you're going to take a scrap piece of paper of a different color. It doesn't have to be yellow. It could be any color. I just had yellow on hand. And then you're going to cut out a small circle shape. So I'm going to cut just a small circle shape. Doesn't have to be perfect. Remember, nature is beautiful however it is displayed, and this is art, and we can make it the way we want to make it. So now I've got my little circle shape cut out. I'm going to take some glue from my glue stick, and I'm going to glue just on one side. Okay, so I've got my glue on my little circle shape, and then I'm going to take that and I'm going to put it right in the center of my flower. So we're just going to press it down. So now I've got my beautiful flower with my different color in the center. So now here, what's missing from our flower? Can you tell? Yeah, the stem. The stem's missing. So now this is where we are going to take our markers. And I have my green marker here. And I am going to draw my stem. So I'm just going to come underneath the petal here. And I'm going to draw a line down all the way to the end of my paper. And then if you wanted, you could draw a leaf for your flower. You could write a little fun little saying on your paper. But now I've got my stem and I've got my 3D flower and I drew some leaves. And now I think my picture is all done. All right, cheetahs, I hope you enjoyed making a 3D flower with me. I just thought we needed something fun, something springtime, and I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you next time, guys. Bye.